This video is the first of a series that will transform this area into a bathroom and a mudroom. First, we will focus on getting the bathroom back in order, and then we will move on to the mudroom. Here's what we'll be covering in this video. I will start by removing the toilet, vanity, and drywall. With everything inside removed, the wall can come down. Now that the mechanics are exposed, we can work on removing them. We'll then work on getting the vent pipe set up. And finally, the new wall with the pocket door will be installed. If you're someone with little to no experience, don't worry, tag along, because even though I don't have much experience myself, you can learn what to do and what not to do by watching. This area to the right of the bathroom used to be part of the breakfast nook. We didn't really use it, and half of it has been transformed into the future kitchen that will be used as a pantry. One of the biggest pet peeves I have is wasted space, and this bathroom was one of them. So we decided to take it down and turn it into a powder room. Reducing the footprint of the bathroom provided enough space for a mudroom with cabinets that will go from the floor to the ceiling. We'll use the cabinets to store our dirty shoes and where we can store our heavy winter jackets. If you haven't seen any of the other videos where I gutted the kitchen, we're basically doing the same thing to this bathroom. Everything inside the bathroom needs to come out. I'm going to salvage the door and the frame in case I need it. I will be repurposing the cabinets in the garage, and if my wife allows me, I will save the toilet for when we do the bathroom installation in the basement. I'm not sure how I managed to remove this heavy mirror, but I'm also glad it didn't break, because if I'm honest, I don't think the blue tape would have held the broken pieces. I have to say that it's much easier and less dusty to cut the drywall in sections like I'm doing here instead of smashing it all into pieces. This way, it creates manageable pieces to stack up and it doesn't make a lot of dust. With the major obstacles out of the way, I could finally remove the wall. I wanted to reuse these studs, so I cut through the nails using a multi-tool. These studs will go on the new wall for the bathroom. I learned from the kitchen remodel that the easiest way to remove a cast iron pipe is to use a soil pipe cutter. I attempted to use it on the galvanized because I couldn't remember if I had tried it, but it didn't work. The galvanized pipe is a soft steel, so it deformed when the cutting wheels apply pressure. So I moved on to my trusty angle grinder and made quick work of it. Next, it was time to remove the cast iron pipe. The way the soil pipe cutter works, it applies an even pressure around the pipe until it fractures and cracks. If you've seen how rocks or stones get split, it's essentially the same way. Anyhow, because of the pressure, the pipe jumps when it cracks. I would recommend you do this in small sections and remove anything around the pipe that could break. If you can, have someone help you for an hour or two while you cut the pipe. Each time it breaks is shocking. I'm tired just from cutting pipes. But hey, we're done. Drain pipe. We'll be replacing this connection here with a PVC. And this will be the new line for the toilet and the sink. This area is the last of the linoleum floors in this house. So because I had done this in the kitchen, I went straight into cutting the subfloor. With the wall removed, the next step was to remove the remaining water lines and drain pipes. Again, I used the angle grinder with this steel wheel cutter to cut through the pipes as much as possible. But because of the limited space, I used the reciprocating saw to finish the cuts. Here's where I did something I shouldn't have. I ran electrical wires to regular plumbing PVC versus electrical conduit PVC, which is typically gray. When I first thought of this idea, I wanted to use the gray PVC that is meant for electrical wires, but the fittings had a large vent that helps to run the wires, but it would not fit within the space I had, so I opted for the plumbing PVC. At the end of the day, I did a little more research and it was recommended I removed it. I'm not sure if I'll run the wires through electrical PVC or if I should just leave it inside the studs like everything else. Good thing I figured this out now. It gives me the opportunity to fix it and make it right. Next, I'll cut the drain pipe to connect the PVC pipes that will support the sink, toilet, and utility sink. Although I didn't connect the rest of the drain pipe to any fixture, I just wanted to set it up and finish it up in the next video. Disconnected the power from the garage when I took the wall down, and it was getting difficult for me to work without it, so I ended up needing to stop my plumbing work so that I can return the power to the garage. When working with plumbing and using PVC cement, make sure to at least have proper ventilation. The odor is strong, and if possible, use some gloves that will help you keep yourself clean. Making a PVC connection is pretty simple. The plumbing becomes tricky when you need to figure out exactly how you're going to lay out the path for the drain, waste, and vent, while keeping the appropriate 1/4 inch pitch for every foot. If you follow a plumbing book, it generally has good guidance with samples of the type of fittings to use depending on the type of connection. Alright, so one thing you want to do is twist it so you can get all the cement nicely lubricated, and you want to hold it for about 15-30 seconds because the same reaction is pushing the fitting and the pipe away from each other. So just hold it in place, let the reaction happen, and then you can let it go after 30 seconds. I tend to go a little bit more than that just to make sure nothing moves. If you want to make sure that you're actually putting the pipe far enough into the fitting, you can mark a line just to see how far deep you want to go. And if you're making multiple fittings almost at the same time, you also can mark them with the letter or number or any type of sign that lets you know that this side goes with this side. Finally, we get to install the wall. This wall will have a pocket door, so we'll need to accommodate for that. I started by marking the inside of the wall and adding 1 inch for the drywall. I then marked the ceiling and the floor using a chalk line. The marking of the floor was a reference line, while the ceiling was my starting point. I will then use the stud to make sure I was plumb and use it to place where the bottom plate will go. Luckily, the chalk line aligned with the plumb stud perfectly. ordered the pocket door frame from Home Depot for $150. For the instructions, the width of the rough opening needs to be twice plus 1 inch the width of the door and 84.5 inches in height for an 80-inch door. With these measurements, I figure out where I will be placing my studs. The next step was to install the pocket door frame. I'd never done this, so I was reading the instructions carefully, but they were lacking some details. I managed to figure it out, and the installation for the rough opening was complete. I plan on installing the door to make sure it's working properly, then I'll be confident I can install the drywall without worrying I did something wrong. This concludes the first video of the series. On the next video, we're going to install the drain, waste, and vent pipes and make the water supply connections using packs. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video and don't forget to subscribe. Alright, bye.